21 left-handed struggles only lefties understand. If you're new to the channel, please hit the red subscribe button and ring that notification bell to see more Fact Queen videos. Did you know that 90% of the population is right-handed? This does not include left-handed people that were forced to convert and become right-hand users. It's no wonder that lefties struggle with some common things and have issues when it comes to functioning tools and gadgets. It's a right-handed world, to be sure. Even though lefties make the most of it, there are several struggles that only left-handed people will understand. Number 21. Handshake stigma. Shaking hands is a respectful way to greet someone or to make a promise, and it is expected that people shake with their right hands. Otherwise, it can be seen as a sign of disrespect. And it just plain confuses people if you stick out your left hand to greet someone. Lefties have no chance of compromise on this one. Interestingly, though, the Boy Scouts use their left hands to shake hands with each other. It's believed that Lord Baden-Powell, the founder of the Boy Scouts, started this custom in the late 1800s because he strongly believed in and even wrote a book promoting ambidexterity. It was his passion to promote the use of both hands, often at the same time, saying that it developed both sides of our brains more completely. Number 20. Can opener cruelty. Just like many gadgets, the can opener can also be the bane of lefties in the kitchen. Hey, right-handed people, give a can opener a try with your left hand, especially those manual ones, and let us all know how that turns out. Number 19. Ink smear abstract. As with many things, it is also a guess that right-handed people created the English alphabet. If left-handed scholars created the alphabet, they might have had letters going from right to left. And while we're on the subject, the actual letters would be backwards. Picture looking at them in a mirror. If they flow right to left, lefties would rejoice since the ink would stay on the page and not morph that long letter into a psychological ink blot test. Even more rejoicing would commence, especially since the inkwells of yesteryear were brimming with jet black ink, which took time to dry. Lefties struggle with ink smears to this day, unless they modify their hand grip on the pen, which alters their writing style, or buy special quick-drying ink pens to save their work from becoming ink blot abstract artwork. The struggle is real. Number 18. Elbow wars. Remember the last time you were out to dinner and sat at a small table with your left-handed friend or family member? Chances are that you guys banged your elbows together while eating. Luckily, there is a reasonable accommodation in these situations. Most lefties have figured out exactly where to sit in relation to their companions to minimize potential dining disturbances. Have your lefty friends figured out that sitting at the end of the table or to your left is the way to go? If they haven't, will you bring it up to them as a helpful suggestion? Let us know. It's okay to play musical chairs with people until they get to the right spot to avoid dreaded elbow wars. Number 17. School desk drag. Old school desks were definitely a right-handed invention. Maybe it was part of the culture when kids were forced to write with their right hand only. Left-handed kids would either turn the desks in an awkward way to get their writing arm on the desk, or just deal with it. Number 16. Coffee mug mystery. Coffee mug printing also favors right-handed majority. Next time you're holding a coffee mug, try and pick it up with your left hand and see if you can see the graphic printed on it. You have to turn the cup around or hold it with your right hand to see the image. Number 15. Brassiere hook blues. Manipulating undergarment hooks has its challenges as well. The struggle is real for the left-handed ladies. In addition to pants zippers and snaps, bras have hooks and eyes that are made to be used with the right hand. Lefty ladies simply must use their right hand to remove the contraption. Number 14. Envelope stuffing. Stuffing a card in an envelope should be an ambidextrous task, but no. As a lefty, have you ever been told by the bold that you stuff cards backwards, upside down, or wrong? If you haven't, they're just being kind. That 90% majority use their right hands to retrieve cards. So lefties, have some fun with them and keep doing it. Number 13. Ladle spouts pouts. Kitchen ladles and measuring cups were also made for the right-handed user. Left-handed kitchen taskmasters struggle with these instruments. They're forced to use their right hand unless they want to pour soup out onto the counter, as opposed to into the intended bowl. And when using a measuring cup, they have to turn the cup around so they can read the measurements properly. Number 12. Cup holder struggles. Airplane cup holders on the food trays are an inconvenience as well. The majority of airplanes have you packed in like little sardines, and the small cup holders are on the right side of the tray. There are some strides being made, though, as some airlines are starting to add a cup holder on both sides of the tray. There's hope yet. Number 11. Pencil sharpener plight. Do classrooms still have pencil sharpeners? Are you old enough to remember that they were always geared for a right-handed kid? Those trusty pencil sharpeners were bolted down to either a desk or a wall, limiting how they were used. Little Johnny and Jane had to turn the crank with their right hands if they wanted to participate in class. Number 10. Lawnmower pull cord. Lawnmower pull cords are often another challenge. It's hard enough to pull that cord again and again to start a lawnmower, but it's even harder when you're forced to use your right hand to make it happen. Number 9. Shoestring struggles. Tying your shoelaces might seem simple to right-handed people, but the common way taught to little lefties can cause confusion. Some grown-ups recall their insightful moms using an ingenious technique. Have your child watch in a mirror as they practice tying their shoes. Try this and let us know if it works. Number 8. Pants and purse zippers. Trousers and purse zippers are more right-handed gadgets. You have to be ambidextrous to zip up your trousers. And depending on which shoulder you sling your purse over, those zippers can be challenging as well. Number 7. Scissor struggles. If you didn't know, you might have guessed that most pairs of scissors are made for right-handed people. It's just a hunch, but seems undoubtedly so that a right-handed person created scissors. It explains why they have certain angles and are ergonomically shaped to fit right-handed people perfectly. Left-handed scissor users often feel pain and cramping when using common scissors. Luckily, at least for the sewing room, some kind genius created left-handed scissors. They can be a little pricey, but well worth it if you need them. Number 6. Computer mouse curse. Unless you want to spend a pretty penny on one of the limited choices available for a left-handed specialty mouse, you are stuck dealing with right-handed mice. The average computer mouse is geared for the right-handed person, with all its buttons and features geared toward the right-handed world. At least people have the option to reprogram some buttons. Number 5. POS machine pitfalls. Take a note the next time you're swiping your credit card on a point-of-sale machine. Yep, you'll swipe your card on the right side of the contraption. To add insult to injury, most of the pins are conveniently placed on the right side for that overwhelming population majority. The pin on the extremely short chain at a banking institution is also on the right side. Want a cheap chuckle? Observe a left-handed pen user attempting to sign the credit card machine or documents at the bank. It ain't pretty. Number 4. Restring guitar strings. If you're talented enough to be able to play the guitar, that's awesome. It takes talent to entertain us with those incredible instruments. But if you're left-handed, you know the struggles playing a typical guitar. Either you learn how to strum the strings and hit those chords with your right hand, or you restring your axe. It may be a hassle, but if you want to play guitar, it's worth finding a solution. Number 3. Camera calamity. Even something as simple as holding a professional camera is geared toward right-handed people. Left-handed would-be photographers might struggle to reach all of the buttons and levers, but the bigger issue is that the grip handle portion of the camera is only on the right side. People are forced to clutch the camera with their right hand if they want to hold on to it. And just pressing the shutter button is a challenging task. Number 2. 3-ring binder blues. As if writing in a spiral notepad wasn't difficult enough, try writing in a 3-ring binder with your left hand. It's almost impossible to get your hand around those enormous rings whilst putting pen to paper. Lefties could almost think it's a conspiracy just to mess with them. Number 1. Game controller drag. This can be an issue when there's a need for speed or to be a quick draw on your favorite first-person shooter video games. A majority of game controllers are set up for right-handed shooters. All of the quick action buttons are clearly on the right side of the controller, putting left-handed gamers at a slight disadvantage. Lefties, feel free to use this excuse if you lose to faster right-handed gamers, but it's also an opportunity to challenge yourself to beat the competition, in spite of it. Please hit like, click subscribe, and comment below if you'd like to help us grow and bring you more Fact Queen content. Thanks for watching!